So the conflict in Ukraine with the Russian invasion, how will this affect your shipments? Say, we're in Australia, practically speaking, it shouldn't affect a lot. The reason being, if you look at ocean freight that comes out of Europe, a lot of it leaves from Germany and Netherlands. Those are the two main ports that comes out of Europe. And most of those routes do not go up into the Black Sea or the Russian areas. It's going to come down through the Mediterranean or North Africa. So therefore, from a operational standpoint, it isn't going to have any effect on your shipments. From an air freight standpoint, there could be some disruptions there because all of the aircraft that leaves out of Europe, a good portion of them do come through that airspace which is currently in conflict. But don't forget, this conflict's been going on since 2014. Airlines would have already prepared for a lot of these. They will have contingency plans. So for them, it's just basically changing of some flight paths and rerouting some of the routes and what have you. So again, minimal disruption. And if you look at ocean freight compared to air freight is but a marginal percentage of the amount of goods that is moved compared to ocean freight. With Russia being a country that has always suffered some level of sanctions and what have you, they're not a massive producer of the goods that the rest of the world consumes. You've got your gas, oil, rare earths, and wheat. A lot of that, aside from oil and maybe rare earth, that might have an impact on the rest of the world, a lot of it is really Europe-centric. Given those realities, I will not be worried too much about operational challenges that you're going to be facing with your shipments coming out of Europe. From a pricing standpoint, shipping lines and airlines will use these conflicts as opportunities to levy surcharges. And these will come in a form of war risk surcharge, as we have seen in the past with the Middle East conflicts. And also, Russia is a massive producer of oil, third largest, the last time we checked. So that will have a real impact of raising the oil prices globally due to the supply essentially being restricted out of there. The shipping lines and airlines will then start charging higher fuel prices in the form of emergency bunker surcharge or emergency fuel surcharge. So those are the two potential extra fees that you'll be looking to pay throughout 2022. How long for? Well, all depends on how long this conflict goes. Let's hope it ends sooner rather than later, because conflict like this, no one likes to see people suffer in any type of conflict. So those are the potential challenges that I see from a logistics person. And if you're an importer or an exporter that is not in Ukraine or Russia and don't deal with much with those two countries, I wouldn't be too concerned. You'll have a fuel surcharge being levied on you, but operationally speaking, realistically, there won't be much disruptions. At the end of the day, with all of these sanctions and what have you, believe me, logistics will always find a way to get goods into a place where most people think it will be impossible. Thank you.